Hi everybody, it's Cathryn from In the Pink Designs. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Everything that I use today you can purchase from Stampin' Up through me at the address at the top of the screen. And my project today is a front flat box. It opens like this, and inside I fit, it will fit a box of Tic Tacs, 2 fun-sized candy bars, 2 packs of Skittles, and you can fit 2 candy bars, the Skittles in with 2 candy bars, but it's a little bit snug. 2 Skittles together would be better, or 2 of the fun-sized candies together, or Tic Tacs would be fine. You could even put some little shred in there if you don't like the Tic Tacs are a little bit loose. I used the Cutest Halloween stamp set for the pumpkin, the Frightful Tags dies for the witch hat and for the cutting out the moon and the tree. And I used the Frightfully Cute stamp set for the moon and for this sentiment, which way to the candy. The box measures 2 1/4 by 3 by 1 inch. Alrighty, so what we need for this project today is some basic white cardstock, some Granny Apple Green cardstock that is 11 by 4 1/4, so you can get 2 of these from each box, from each sheet of cardstock, 2 boxes from each sheet of cardstock. We need a scrap of Granny Apple Green for the label. Oops, I lost my store here. Okay, we need one of the labels from Frightful Tag dies cut out of the same Granny Apple Green. We need from the Frightful Tag dies also the witch hat and the, I don't know if you can see, the tree is out of the black glitter paper. We need a couple pieces of the Cute Halloween DSP. I just made the inside cover. Right here, I just made that a different one than the rest. So we need 3 pieces in the size 2 by 2 3/4, one of a different, if you want to. You don't have to do that. For the outside, we need the same as this, 2 that are 3/4 by 2 3/4, and 1 that is 2 by 3/4. Okay, I will put all these measurements on my blog so you don't have to remember them. All right, so we're going to start with our piece of cardstock that is 11 by 4 1/4. I like anything that I can get multiples out of 1 sheet of cardstock if I can. Okay. I'm going to start on the 11-inch side, and we're going to score at 3, 4, 7, and 8. And then we're going to switch it to the 4 1/4 side, and we're going to score at 1 and 3 1/4. And that's it. Okay, then I'm going to fold and burnish. Okay, so today is the 27th. We have only 3 more days until the end of Celebration. In case you wanted some of the products that were free with any $50 purchase, and they're cumulative, you can get as many as you would like. So make sure you order before the end of the 30th. Okay, this is what we want to do. Alrighty. Now it can go this way or this way because it's the same in the middle here on each piece. Alright, so as long as you're holding it in the landscape with the 1-inch strips on the top and the bottom, you'll be fine. Alright, so we're going to start on the left-hand side. This is a rectangle. We're going to cut this side of that rectangle straight, move to the other side of the square, and cut that rectangle side straight. And then we're going to wedge the sides of the square. Alright, then we're going to turn it a 1/4 turn so that it's the long ways, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to this first score line from the left, and we're going to go straight all the way up to the second score line. Okay, then we're going to remove this rectangle from the bottom, and wedge each side of this square. Okay. Okay, so then we're going to move across. This is going to be our front flap. We're going to move across to the other side of our flap, and then we're going to cut up to the second score line. Okay, and then we're going to get rid of this rectangle that's on the bottom and wedge both sides of the square. Okay, all right, now we're going to turn it so that our flap is on the left-hand side, and we're going, this is our tab we just made. Follow this rectangle, and we're going to cut this rectangle and this rectangle side straight and take a little wedge out of both sides of the square that's in the middle. Alrighty, so that is what your cardstock should look like after you score it and cut it. Now we're also going to use the detail trio punch on the flap on both sides of the end here. Okay. Okay, now we need some tear and tape, and the box closes like this, so we're still on the outside. And we want to put tear and tape on both of these tabs that we cut that go this way. We're not going to put anything on the tabs that are close to the flap, just these. All right. And what we want to do with them is we want to attach them to the piece that is attached to our flap. All right. So we're going to attach it to this side of the box. Okay. So this rectangle here, we want to make sure that this piece of the top of the rectangle and this piece, the top of the square, meet together straight. Okay. On both sides. So I'm just going to take the backing off of my tear and tape, and I'm going to connect it, remember, to the longer side. All right, just make sure that it gets straight with those, this part of the square, and this side rectangle here has to be straight. Okay, that's what it looks like now. Now we're going to put tear and tape on the smaller piece, this side of the box, and we're going to put it on the inside of the two rectangles. Okay, and we're going to put it on close to the edge on each side, and then I'm going to add a little bit extra inside, just a little piece. Okay, so that's what that looks like there. And then we're going to take the backing off again. All right, now what we want to do is make sure the bottom matches up with this bottom, and the back here matches up with the back of the box. All right, so first I make sure that I'm right with the bottom, and I kind of press that section, and then I make sure that I'm right in the back too, and then I really give it a good push. And I'm going to go over to this side, make sure the bottoms are straight with each other, just like that, and then make sure the backs are nice and straight together too. Okay, and that is the most part of our box. Alrighty, so now we need some of our DSP. All right, let's see here. All right, so our two pieces that are 2 by 2 3/4, only one of them I'm going to round the corners of. That goes on the front, just the bottom corners. And I'm going to use one for the front here and one for the back. Okay, Okay, and then I'm going to take the two that are 3/4 by 2 3/4 and put them on the sides. We're going to put this other shape that is 2 by 2 3/4. So totally we have 3 pieces that are 2 by 2 3/4. All right. Put this on the inside. You know, I got to make sure because we're going to put some Velcro on the bottom. Then I put a decent amount of glue on the bottom. Now you can also decide to just tie a ribbon around the whole thing and not do the Velcro if you'd like. And we have one more piece for the top that is 2 by 3/4. Okay, now we're going to do some stamping. So first I want to do the sentiment on the label. Now what I usually do, which I did do, is anything that has a cling stamp I can't judge it very well. So I stamp it on scrap and then I cut it out with the die, which would be this die from Frightful Tags dies. Okay, so I would just usually stamp it right on this. Yeah, that one was pretty good too, but we'll use the one that I cut out because that's the right side. All right, now we need our basic white cardstock. Put this to the side. And we're going to do our pumpkin. Okay, well, I'm looking on the Halloween punch where it lies in the punch, so I want to do my pumpkin right here. Okay, so first we need our Tuxedo Black for the outline of the pumpkin. Okay, then for the inside of the pumpkin, oops, I'm going to use pumpkin pie. Okay. And then for the eyes, I will use eyes and mouth. I'm going to use the Tuxedo Black again. And for the cheeks, I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo. And the cheeks is just a little dot. Okay. And then the final thing we have to stamp is the moon that I put inside the flap. And I'm using Mango Melody for that. Great. Okay. All right. So the Mango Melody, I mean the moon I cut out with the circle from the Frightful Tags dies. I already did that. So we just have to cut our pumpkin out. Okay. Alrighty. And that's it. Now we just have to adhere things. Alright, so let's put our Velcro dot on. Now these are the 5/8. I did order some of the 3/8, which are my favorite, but I cut these 5/8 ones in half. Now the Velcro thin, because they're very low profile, I bought some from Dollar Tree. And you can use them, but they're pretty thick. It's going to pop this up quite a little bit. But if you're fine with that, that's good. They're much easier to get. These you have to get online. Okay, now where's my take your pick tool? There we go. All right, and I'm going to just pick up the half. And I'm going to put it right here up against the edge of the flap, and I'm going to push it on there pretty well. And then I'm going to take the matching half I'm going to put it on top with the adhesive facing me. And then I'm going to put it on and gently press there and see if I can get it off. I might be able to if I use my take your pick tool. There we go. And then I'm just going to put my fingers in and really press it on there. All right, so now the box will stay closed for us, which is good when we're trying to work. Okay, so our which way to the candy, I'm just going to center right on here. And I'm going to put it on with liquid glue. All right, and then I need some dimensionals. And I'm going to put my pumpkin right here. I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on the back. I'm just going to put it right like that. And then I'm going to put, I'm not sure if a dimensional, no. I'm going to use a piece of a dimensional right here above the back of where you can see the buckle on the back. I put it a little above because we have to fit it on top here of our pumpkin. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back of the brim. Oops, I forgot to take the backing off of the dimensional. There we go. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. And then, while that dries a little bit, I'm going to flip this open, and I'm going to put, just like this, I'm going to put my moon right about there. And nothing inside I'm going to pop up because it would cause it to be puffed. We don't want to do that. And then I'm going to use my silicone mat. I'm going to put my tree upside down. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the mat. And then I'm going to use this little spongy thing. I got this at Dollar Tree. And you want to make sure you don't move your piece a lot, or else it will get the glue that's left on the mat. Might get your fingers a little bit sticky this way, but it helps you really get glue onto the die cut. Alrighty. And that's the inside. Now you could also put a little tag with a sentiment inside also if you wanted to. All right, so that's it for the outside. And now we need our black and white gingham ribbon. Now this one I wrapped around the inside. This takes about, because it's a doubled bow, it takes about 2 15-inch pieces of the ribbon. If you don't want to do that much, number one, you could do a single. And number two, you don't have to wrap it around the inside if you don't. You could just put it with a glue dot on the top. But I'm going to do it. I just want to get two 15-inch pieces. I just did 2 15s, and then I'm cutting it in half. All right, then I'm going to put it on the inside, and then I'm going to close it. All right, and then I'm just going to tie a bow. And you just have to fuss with it just a little bit, and then I'm just going to cut the ends close to size. A little more off this one. Okay, and that's good for the ribbon. And then we need our embellishments, and I'm using some matte decorative dots and some Cute Stars adhesive back sequins. For the matte dots, I put 3 of the smallest yellow ones right where the buckle would be, right on that strip. Okay. And then for the adhesive back stars, I just took some black ones. And these you have to make sure you press on, or else they will come off if you're not. Give them a good push. And one down here. And then I put a small one up over there. Just want to move this guy over just a little bit. And I think I might have ruined him. Yeah, the adhesive came off the back, so I'll just take another one. And I just wanted to move him over a little bit so he's not exactly even with the one on the top. All right, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I would love it if you would subscribe, and if you need any of these products, please shop at the address on the top of the screen. Also, down below, there's a little arrow on the right-hand side under the video box. If you click it, all my info will be under there. I have my blog address where you can shop with me, and my contact information if you'd like that. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.